and blues and world music that don't get any exposure on commercial radio. Could you say a few words about the impact or the importance to you of public radio on your careers and to the type of music that you play overall?
Sure. Well, I think that 99% of the airplay we've gotten has been on public radio stations, maybe 100%, I'm not positive. And that would go for not just our recent CDs, but all the other solo albums we've made and all the bands that I personally have played with. We're completely reliant on the public radio audience and public radio stations across the country to present what we do, because we don't participate in popular culture, really. Pop culture is mass marketed mostly to teenagers to make money with, using artists as commodities. And what we do and what other people like us do is, without sounding pretentious, is actually authentic and not just to go out there and make masses of money off of unsuspecting consumers. So we really rely on the fact that public radio is something really organic and honest, and something that is creates a network across the country for people who believe in something real instead of something artificial.
Hey, nicely stated, and that sort of resonates with our mission here at Wdiy, absolutely to bring creative music that doesn't have a place on the airwaves anymore, and particularly give a place for emerging artists to get a chance to be heard. I think that's another particular good role that NPR is really filling in very nicely. Some of the Tiny Desk concerts are doing, as well as all the stations around the country who are putting on bands like yourself and giving an opportunity to some of the younger musicians in particular to get a voice on the airwaves that they can't otherwise find. Who are your own member stations? You're from Boston, aren't you?
Yeah, WGBH is the big station in Boston. Brian O'Donovan does a Celtic show on Saturdays, and not only does he do the Celtic show and is he a big part of the WGBH family, but he's a huge part of the scene in terms of the acoustic music scene, which involves bluegrass, Irish, old time, what have you. And he's really the glue that kind of holds it all together in a lot of ways. Yeah,
I like that glue. I mean, we view ourselves as a connection that connects an audience.
That's right.
To the artists and the venues, and that without that link occurring between all three, the music doesn't survive. So,
exactly.
Getting the music out to people. I hope all your families are all okay in Boston with everything transpiring today. Have you been in contact with?
Yeah, I called my mother this morning. She lives in Cambridge, and checked in with a bunch of my friends on Facebook who live in Watertown, which is where a lot of stuff was going down. It's really, obviously, very scary for everyone, but especially when you have a personal connection to the area and have spent time in all these places that are suddenly in the national and international news. So hopefully we'll come to a resolution as soon as possible, and then everyone can get on with normalcy again.
Yeah, I mean, what a crazy week it's been.
It's been surreal. Absolutely surreal. Yeah.
Well, I guess we're fortunate you're on the road here and you're not back in Boston right now.
Well, it's a good week not to be in Boston, and all our friends have just been on lockdown, and just we've been just back and forth on Facebook and messages, and everyone's like, it's such a beautiful day and I can't go outside, this sort of thing. So amazing.
Yeah. So let's hope there is a speedy resolution.
Absolutely.
Let's go back to some more music. What would you like to play next for us?
Sounds good. Well, this next tune is an instrumental piece that Flynn Cohen here on the mandolin wrote, and it really kind of bridges the gap between Irish traditional music, bluegrass, and progressive folk rock too. So you'll see a lot of influences in this one. You'll hear it, I should say.
yeah, you could certainly see lots of your influences in that piece.